Hi there, sprinkles. Everybody seems to be coping around in cryptocurrency land. Alt season, when is it going to come? We're waiting for the business cycle. I say that for you all the time. There's literally nothing else we can do. We don't have to feel so bad, though. I mean, if the PMI and the business cycle was doing really great and crypto was still this low, well, that means something bad's been going on. But we haven't seen that, have we? So we're just waiting for things to kick up in the economy. Let's check out and do some doom scrolling on Twitter Roonies. Let's just see what pops up. We have out here Jim Rat Crypto 4 years ago. HEX is at the top of the charts. Richard sees the metrics. Shills harder. He knows what's coming. If I could go back, I wouldn't subscribe. I'd fade it. Stick with Bitcoin, Ethereum, real altcoins. And you would have too if you knew what I know now. 4 years. Here's the thing, sir. So, what do you mean real altcoins? There's what do you mean Bitcoin, Ethereum, real altcoins? But do you understand? Like when we even talk about Ethereum, bro, you can't put Ethereum in that pack. Look what Ethereum did. If you go back and stick to Ethereum, look how much of an abomination Ethereum is for what's happened right here. I mean, like Ethereum, friends, is still down from 2021. You want to go check it out, bro. Ethereum went down. It went down 80% against Bitcoin, right? So 80% against Bitcoin in 4 years. Not the ETH beat, not the proper top. Not the proper top, okay? You want to see the real one, the actual real one? Let's not beat around the bush, right? You want to truck around? I'll show you what happens, okay? Ethereum is down 88% against Bitcoin, bro. So, like, it's just that Ethereum has strong fundamentals and, like, it's a household name. You put it in there. So, Ethereum got cucked as well. Everything got cucked by this business cycle. So, as you know, fans, when you're in crypto, what we have learned now, thanks to me, is, you know, what's your risk? Your risk is liquidity access, yeah? This is the business cycle, yep. So, you did not know it was going to be down for 31 months, okay? Now you know next time in the next cycle, when you have cash, stable coins, right? When you have USD, why are you holding it? It's because the business cycle might take longer to kick up than you think, okay? I mean, look what happened in the past cycles. Look what happened here. 6 months, 12 months, 10 months to kick up above 52. This one was 31 months. So it's outside of our control, okay? So you can't play from this past and do this thing out here because that's your upside and reward if it works out. Everyone's going to think you're a genius. Here you have more comments and sections out here. It's embarrassing, that's for sure. Here's the thing, friends. I'm here 18 hours a day, man. If there was one reason, one person, one thing, I'd blame him. I'd blame him. There isn't. It's all of it linked together. Okay, so we're waiting for, like I said, the economy to start kicking up. You might say, you think the economy's never going to kick up. Yeah, that's what like people like Ben Copen think the economy's never going to kick up and it's just going to spiral and then the Fed's going to have to do the money printers and then we'll get the Altseason. That's what they keep believing. So we don't know what comes next, right? But one thing I know for sure is the market is not positioned for Altseason. I mean, do you even have like, when you're reading comments like this, look at all the cope out here. All right. Shout out to Crypto Coffee. Did you hear about Trump and Elon? Here is basically all the NPCs and stuff out here. It's the latest distraction, isn't it? Yeah, NPCs, NPC world, normie land, Trump and Elon, oh, they're fighting and stuff out here. He says, yeah, man, another thing just to keep you, I guess, spinning your wheels out here, which is funny. Here you have a post here from Mello, daily meme coin recap. Good tech. Look at these friends, AI models, Bigfoot vlogs. Bigfoot, wow, hit 1.7 million market. That's funny, they just have Bigfoot vlogs. So, meme coin super cycle, man, they're still addictive because it's pretty much everyone's in crypto for that. Either you're going to do the full meme coin super cycle route or the stable coin super cycle route, right? So, you know, there's a lot of themes and narratives in crypto. Of course, everybody's waiting to see which ones are going to come out and rise to the top. But what we're seeing right now, man, when you have Bitcoin dominance this high for this long, all of the weak hands are in Bitcoin. Okay, that's what happens when prices go up. They attract weak hands. They don't attract strong hands. You know, but people who buy them, they think they're strong hands. They're not. You're doing 10% Ponzi yield from MicroStrategy. You're in that world now, bro. We made altcoins for that. You're doing it on stock, so you'll see. Patrick Bet David, who would you like to see on the podcast next? Here is RH Max, Richard Hart, and it ain't even close. The guy just beat SEC in court and got a huge win for our crypto community. So this is beautiful to see. The community is still fierce and ferocious out here, friends. It's kind of funny. Here we have girls prank, whoopee cushion, guys prank. It was just a prank, bro. Seriously? So Trump is on the Epstein files. This is Elon and Trump out here. This is kind of funny to think about how two different genders, how they joke around. Here we have Sassel and Ethereum Maxi. Big week for Ethereum. Stay tuned. Thank you to Mr. Thailand PulseChain. Well done, sir. So, big week for Ethereum. Remember, if Roca Negra, it's been like, what, 9 days of like positive inflows. They've been buying more Ethereum. It really does. I know we don't have definitive proof, but it smells really fishy, man. It smells like Roca Negra helped crush us down lower on Ethereum so they can accumulate more. It really does feel like that. But is that part of the third cycle curse? I don't know. It's just smells like something like that. Very funny as well. Check this out. Hexologist Heart. Hey, Elon, I'm confused. If you think Trump is a pedophile, why let him watch your kid? Elon just said Trump was on Epstein's plane. He didn't say he went to the island. He didn't say that he went to the island to mess with kids. So, once again, man, this news cycle, huh? That's wild. My friend, Mr. Carl Hex. Dude, it's clearly a chess move from both of them to force everyone on every side who wants this released to the public and to expose it all. Very interesting indeed. Now, friends, as you get to see as well, Donald Trump is looking to put in the new major loser replacement, the US Fed. However, his term ends May next year. So check this out. Trump slams Jerome Powell for keeping interest rates high. If we had a good Fed chair, we'd lower rates, borrow long-term at lower rates, and if inflation comes back, raise later. We're stuck with short-term debt at high rates because Biden didn't lock in long-term. So everything I told you, right, friends, it's a global debt rollover cycle. So he said we're stuck with short-term debt at high rates. So it is interesting, yeah. And hopefully we get a resolution soon and people come back. Possible flush of degen long Sunday to Monday, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when you see, friends, that this is just order book stuff out here, they're pretty much just expecting that the liquidity tapping will come into these order blocks, you know, out here. But also there's ones up the top as well. So you just don't know, right? It depends how they come and they trade when they get on through. It's basically just trading around price action. I used to trade stuff like that. So it's not, yeah, it changes and it moves around. And look, what I do, friend, just trust me, what I'm doing, nothing gets close to these returns. Nothing. Because there's no indicators. There's nothing. It's like unstable coin supercycle, huh? What's this meme, cult, religion, archetype, framework? It's all these words. It's stuff that people can't price. That's where the real edge is. The stuff that people literally can't price. They don't know, is this cheap or expensive? Indicator? What's a market cap? What's a relative market cap? They have no idea what's going on. When there's all these question marks, that's early Bitcoin, by the way. Early Bitcoin, early Ethereum, early Dogecoin. Buying in when no one has any idea what the hell they're going on. Early crypto punks, right? Yeah, so when you're looking at stuff like that, that's how you're increasing the odds you're on a unicorn. Increasing the odds that you're finding asymmetric upside. It doesn't guarantee odds, of course, just increases them. Here we have Jams win again. Global money distribution per asset class. Bitcoin is only 2 trillion. So I show this out here for you, friends. Very familiar. See, equities 115. It's actually higher than that. Bonds 300 trillion, real estate 300 trillion. I've seen different estimates out here, but yeah, I have this all over my page here. That's why I believe crypto's gone to $10 trillion. This is it right here, world assets. That's why we're only at 3 trillion, man. So we should go much, much, much higher. Now, friends, as you know, Jams win. He thinks Altseason's never coming either. He's just full on Bitcoin. That's why he was longing BTC only. So hopefully it's a good counter indicator. We've also got a cute post here from Mr. Polarity Josh, right? We have a lot to talk about. Matthew Brown, so ex-Pentagon, friends, worked in the Pentagon for 5 years, has come out, done UFO leaks. I'll probably make a video on it later. Won't speak too much about it, but yeah, he's basically called on Elon Musk. It's interesting. He's tagged Elon. He goes, I know you got read in to the marsupial program, and they didn't tell you the whole truth. So basically, Elon only got shown US government footage of UFO stuff flying in the sky. He goes, but they told Elon, we don't know how it works. Elon's still building the old rockets. So we'll see what happens. Got some friend messages here as well from CryptoFace, my friend Cookie, and we have TraderMayne as well. So TraderMayne is a very popular leverage trader. He's really skilled and trades off price action, ICT, if you're familiar with stuff. Just very price action, liquidity tapping and things out here. Very interesting. Be curious as well. So he answers this question. Most traders ask, how do I scale if I only have $1,000? So let's just listen to it.
People always ask, how do you scale up? Oh, I only have $1,000. How am I ever going to scale up to 100K? Let me tell you something. If you can't turn this $1,000 into a bigger number, what makes you think you're going to be able to trade 100 grand anyways? If you're a good trader, you will grow your account over time by making good trading decisions and compounding over time. That's how I made money. Is I was in this for years and years, and each cycle I had more and more and more money. But the only way you're going to get rich is if you have the ability to turn money into more money and then keep it. So there's other things you can do. Like I said, get a job, have another source of income that you can use to supplement your trading account. Trade with a prop firm like Breakout, where you can trade a larger account for a small amount of money.
So just showing you, friends. Yeah, I used to trade at a prop firm, so actually a real one in office, not and I was obviously trading from home eventually, but not these online ones. So it's what you'll see is, of course, as this crypto alt season goes further and further away from people's reality, as it's been taking a long time, more people will explore trading, which is good for literally it's the top 1% who can actually get the grit and everything out here. And you still underperform a buy and holder of looking for asymmetric upside. But people like that, like that life and everything out here. For most people, I'll tell you right now, you are way better off. Use your second job and your other source of income. Just keep DCA buying, dude. Keep DCA buying. Keep DCA buying. Keep cranking it. You don't want to touch altcoins, whatever. Get Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're not gonna outperform, man. You're not gonna outperform. Remember, I'm speaking to friends. If I'm speaking to 1,000 people, okay, 5 to 10 might outperform. Might, and I say might. Okay, might in a like 2 or 3 year period. When you hit year 5 to year 10, they're not going to outperform. They'll eventually basically just flatline like everything else. But yeah, you won't believe it until the alt season actually comes, which is what it comes out here. Shout out to compounding memes. Let's check out. I'm going to show you this this post. Kind of funny as well. 100% Eric Wall is a pedophile like Peter Schiff and every other perv scumbag who called Richard Hart a scammer. It all makes so much sense now. I'm into your DD6. I love this, man. Honestly, friends, I love going through this. This is just awesome. Just seeing stuff out here. Everyone looking at it. As well from the PulseChain community, we have Richard's only brother has returned. So Shane Hart. We manufacture the realities we wish to live within. I refuse to squabble and accept victory. So he actually came back. Shane actually made a post. He says, I've been off Twitter for like 2 weeks. He goes, it's the happiest time of my life, pretty much. He goes, I can't believe how happy I am being off here. I don't feel like that way on Twitter, friends. Maybe because I see it differently. I see it like a game. I'm grabbing information for you. I'm working in real time here for you, right? I'm working. I'm generating alpha here. Like, we're going through this information. That's why I want to go through entertaining stuff. I'm always thinking like, hey, there's increased probabilities of anything out here. So we're trying to do the best we can. But yeah, everyone's been losing their mind. It's kind of funny. DC investor will say this much. Elon effed up real bad. Trump will act like he's moving on, but behind the scenes, he's mobilizing a world of hurt for Elon. This is how he works. DC investor is an early Ethereum guy. Probably got into the ICO. So he's talking like that because he can. He's rich enough to. Can he talk? He got early CryptoPunks, probably has like a couple of thousand Ethereum that he got for like $2 or whatever. We don't really need to really concern ourselves with any of this distraction stuff out here. You can read yourself, friends. Look all over the Twitter feed. Everybody's distracted. Look at the next post. Elon Musk apparently deleted this tweet. Is he sobering up to the reality that this tantrum was probably a bad idea? In light of President's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. So you see more of the distraction stuff out here. More things to kind of crank us out. Kind of funny. And if you remember, friends, back in 2021, every time FTX Exchange listed any token, it was the top. Anytime. Any token. Literally, they'd list it. It was just a full-on down-only grift. Anytime. They even listed the US dollar, DXY, and it was down-only ever since. I still remember posting this. So FTX, friends, right here, you can see it. A closer look up here. Look at this chart. FTX has listed FTX dollar spot index, perpetual futures. Bro, it was literally right before their collapse. It was literally right here. Oh my gosh. Friends, you know this wick up? Do you know this wick up? I'm having a flashback. Do you want to know something? You know this time, you can see this right here. Right here. You know, up here, Jim Cramer called for the US dollar. Its value was 112 there. He said it's going to 140. Yeah, I still remember. I made my post. Okay, I think it's over now for the Bears. So that was funny. Literally right here. I won't forget this. Jim Cramer called for, literally, if you check it on the right-hand side. So the US dollar, what was it, around 115? Very, very, very high. And yeah, up here, he's literally calling it going to 140. Jim Cramer. Oh, wow. Inverse Oracle God, man. He came out, he topped out the US dollar as well. So him and FTX as well. And they've been, yes, the US dollar has been down only ever since. Remember, we needed to be down only because 50% of the world debt is actually in US dollars. So every time the US dollar goes down, DXY, every point it goes down. You don't need to go at heaps, but every time it ticks down, it helps everybody in the world. So maybe, you know, the value's at like 99 right now. Perhaps, you know, if it gets, we need to get lower, right? Hopefully it goes down towards the 97s, 96s, 95s throughout the rest of the year. And that is going to coincide with, you know, the business PMI ticking up and our fabled alt season that we're all like so desperate for. Don't forget, he loves you, friends. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.